All right, let's get right into it. Most of us kind of think about getting older as something that just happens. It's out of our control. But what if that's not true? What if we could stop being a passive passenger on this ride and actually grab the steering wheel? Well, that's what we're going to break down today. The core strategy from Dr. Peter Attia's book, Outlive, for a longer and way healthier life. Dr. Attia kicks things off with this really powerful metaphor. Think about it. Life isn't some calm, sunny cruise. Nope. It's more like a long, unpredictable journey through icy waters. And the longer you're out there sailing, the more certain it is that you're going to run into some pretty serious dangers. So that leads to a really important question for you, for all of us. Who are you on this trip? Are you just a passenger, kind of kicking back, hoping for the best, totally unaware of what's lurking under the surface? Or are you the captain? Are you at the helm, scanning the horizon, ready to make a change and steer clear of disaster? The whole point of this is to help you become the captain.
So what exactly are these giant icebergs we're trying to dodge? Well, Dr. Attia calls them the 4 horsemen of aging: cancer, heart disease, Alzheimer's, and metabolic disease. The tough truth is, if we live long enough, pretty much all of us are going to face one of these. The mission, then, is to see them coming from a long way off and navigate around them for as long as we possibly can.
Okay, so how does a good captain spot an iceberg when it's still miles away? They've got radar, right? A system that warns them of danger long before they can see it. And believe it or not, our bodies have a kind of biological radar system too. And it all comes down to one key metric that can give us that early warning. And that metric is insulin resistance. So what is it? Well, but simply, it's a condition where your body cells basically start to ignore the signal from the hormone insulin. They become resistant, and that makes it really tough for them to pull sugar or glucose out of your blood to use for energy. Now, this is a brilliant way to picture what's happening. Think of your muscle and fat cells like little balloons. When you eat, your blood sugar goes up. Insulin's job is to act like an air pump, pushing that sugar, the air, into the balloons. But what happens when those balloons get too full? They get stiff, right? Harder to inflate. So your body has to pump out way more insulin just to do the same job. And that, right there, is insulin resistance. And this isn't some small, trivial problem. The stakes here are absolutely massive. Just look at this. Insulin resistance is directly linked to a staggering increase in your risk for those icebergs we talked about. We're talking up to a 12 times higher risk for cancer, 5 times for Alzheimer's, and almost a 6-fold increase in your risk of dying from heart disease. This is our radar system, and it is flashing a bright red alert. Okay, so the radar is screaming danger. The obvious question is, what do we do? How do we change course? And for most of us, our brain immediately jumps to one thing: diet. Gotta change what we're eating, right? But here's the twist. While what you eat is for sure important, Dr. Attia argues it's not the most powerful tool in our toolbox. There's something else, another lever we can pull that acts like the single most potent longevity drug on the planet. And there it is, exercise. This is really the heart of the whole strategy. More than anything else, more than any diet, any supplement, any pill, a smart exercise plan has the greatest power to shape not just how long you live, but how well you live. And the data on this is just mind-blowing. Look at this number. Just going from doing nothing to getting 90 minutes of exercise a week, that's just a little over 12 minutes a day, slashes your risk of dying from any cause by 14%. I mean, good luck finding any prescription drug that can deliver that kind of incredible protective benefit.
So, if exercise is the answer, what kind of exercise? It's not about just wandering into the gym with no plan. A captain needs clear orders. So here it is, a specific 3-part training plan to follow.
First up, we've got Zone 2 training. This is your steady, low-intensity cardio. The key here is what's called the talk test. You should be working hard enough that you can still hold a conversation, but the other person can tell you're exercising. This is so important because it literally trains the little power plants in your cells, your mitochondria, to get really, really good at burning fat for fuel. So what's the captain's order? The target is 180 minutes a week. Now that might sound like a lot, but you can break it down. Think 4 45-minute sessions. You could do it on a stationary bike while you watch your favorite show. The key is just being consistent. All right, on to the second pillar, VO2 max training. If Zone 2 is that I can still talk intensity, this is very hard. This is all about pushing your cardiovascular system to its absolute limit just for a short time. The protocol is simple, but it is tough. 4 minutes all out, followed by 4 minutes of easy recovery.
and you repeat that 4 times. Now, why would you put yourself through something that intense? Well, the payoff is just unbelievable. Look at this. Studies show that if you can improve your VO2 max from below average to just above average for your age, you cut your risk of dying from any cause by a whopping 50%. 50. That's why this is probably the single most powerful marker for longevity. And that brings us to our final pillar, strength training. I love this analogy. Think of building muscle as a form of retirement savings for your body. Having more muscle mass gives you this huge sponge that can just soak up extra glucose from your blood, which directly fights that insulin resistance we talked about. You want to walk into your later decades with a deep reserve of strength. So what's a real-world, tangible goal to shoot for? This one's fantastic, the farmer's carry. Here's the challenge. Can you hold weights in your hands, like dumbbells or kettlebells, that add up to half your body weight, and then walk for 1 full minute without stopping or putting them down? It's an incredible test of your grip, your core, and just your overall resilience. Okay, let's put it all together. Here's what your week looks like. 4 sessions of that Zone 2 cardio, 1 tough session of VO2 max intervals, and 3 strength training sessions. This is it. This is the captain's weekly logbook for steering clear of those icebergs. Of course, even the best trained crew needs the right provisions. And while exercise is what's steering the ship, nutrition is the high-quality fuel that keeps the engines running smoothly for that long haul. The book goes deep, but here are 3 simple, powerful rules to start with. 1. Try to eat your body weight in grams of protein every day. Protein is the building block for that muscle you're working so hard to build. 2. Stop eating at least 3 hours before you go to bed. This gives your whole system a break and can dramatically improve your sleep. And 3. Become your own scientist. Every once in a while, check your blood sugar after meals to see which foods might be spiking it. It's all about personalizing your approach. And this is so important to remember. The goal here isn't just about adding more years to your life. It's about adding more life to your years. The whole point of this strategy is to help you cruise into your 90s and beyond, still able to hike, to play with great grandkids, to pick up your luggage, and to do whatever it is that makes you happy. So there you have it. You've seen the map of the ocean and its hidden dangers. You've been given the captain's orders on how to navigate it safely. The only real question left is, will you take the helm? What do you want your 10th decade to look like? The voyage is yours to command.